So the reality is a lot of the imperatives that this report talks about require pretty meaningful investments in talent, in capabilities, and in new resources. And while lean and some of the traditional productivity improvement levers that retailers have pulled, right? Many retailers have been pulling these for decades or more. They'll always remain important, but the reality is there's not a lot of gas left in the tank there. And so retailers will have to look across the board at new ways of driving productivity to be able to afford many of the things this report talks about. What we heard loud and clear from the retailers was the next frontier of productivity improvement would come from automation and analytics. And while retailers have dabbled in several use cases, in the last few years, this next frontier is going to require going across the P&L and hitting several major use cases at a time. The report talks about 5 of these themes, and I won't go through all of them. But one of the ones that came up most often was automation in the store and in the distribution center. So even pre-COVID, we had, most retailers were deploying things like self-checkout, but now you see an acceleration of self-checkout, you see an acceleration of things like inventory management using technology, and we think it's just the beginning. As you go across the store, we see several examples. Similarly, in the distribution center, over the last year, most major grocers have announced partnerships to automate through things like micro-fulfillment centers. And we think this is just the beginning as retailers expand the use of automation technologies across their operations.